So what are your favourite films or genre films, do you think?
I think I've got a particular affinity for the more art house end of the spectrum, although it's not to say I don't enjoy a good blockbuster once in a while. I think for me, my most recent favourite film would certainly be The Lobster. I just think it's a brilliant film, and one that really, I think, is a great illustration of a crossover between what is essentially quite an art house title, but has managed to appeal to quite a broad audience demographic. I think that's a great thing.
And for those involved in your Kickstarter, who aren't involved in your Kickstarter, how, in terms of ticket prices, are you going to?
Ticket prices, we're aiming to keep around or below £10. We're going to have membership pricing below that. There'll also be other opportunities throughout the week for other perhaps cheaper tickets as well, depending on the days and time. So for us, this is very much about trying to make the cinema as accessible as possible to as broad a demographic as we possibly can.
Pillow Cinema is quite well known for organising quirky, different sort of pop-up events. Which one do you think you've had the most fun organising?
I think Hot Tub Cinema will always have a special place in our hearts. It's an incredibly intense production, but it's also one that reaps enormous rewards, I think, for customers and for us. It's a very special event. On the other hand, I think Pillow Cinema has enabled us to work with a lot of very interesting venues. So Sutton House, for example, where we've just been, are still running shows around the corner here in Hackney, a beautiful Tudor manor house, is a very unique space and certainly wouldn't suit Hot Tub Cinema. So I think Pillow and Hot Tub have both had some enormous rewards for us.
And with Kickstarter, it's quite becoming much more popular platform for new businesses. How helpful has it been for you as to promote your new venture?
Incredibly useful. I think Kickstarter for us has been not only a fantastic platform for raising these much needed funds, but also as a really great way to interact with our audience and to get lots of feedback on how the project, or how people feel about the project, and for us to explain how the project is progressing. So I think, yeah, it's a fantastic platform. I think crowdfunding as a concept is just perfect for this type of event or project rather, where it doesn't really suit the kind of older style of using a traditional bank, where you don't have that same interaction with your audience. I think it's a fantastic format.
And with the budget coming up next week, is there anything as a what business you'd be interested in hearing George Osborne speak about or look at in particular?
I think for us, it's about making sure that startups and smaller enterprises are enabled as best as possible, whether that be through tax relief or whether it be through other opportunities that are made available. I think startup businesses are an enormously important part of the economy and provide both much needed jobs and also can be a hotbed for bigger operations in the long term. So I think all that can be done to protect and encourage those types of enterprise can only be a good thing.